obviously got the way that we'll describe the day. Mitchell, how would you describe the day's play?
It's probably fast forward, I guess. It's happening quickly.
And just, I guess, take us through where you were at the start. I mean, I think you said 24th time you've taken a wicket in the first over. Are you confident that you can obviously produce something like that each time in a big game?
Oh, I mean, that's always the plan, isn't it? But it doesn't always happen that way. I've just been, I guess, pretty fortunate to have done it a few times. But, yeah, I mean, it's always been my roles to be aggressive, look for wickets. I've never been one to worry about economy rates, so that has been my role in the team, is to go looking for wickets, especially with the new ball, and hopefully make inroads into opposition. So, yeah, fortunate enough to get another one in the first over and get us going today. I thought both teams bowled pretty well for the 19 wickets, yeah.
Did you feel any extra weight on your shoulders, responsibility, knowing that your two mates weren't out there with you? It was, to some extent, on you today? Not really, actually.
Strangely quite calm for the week, even until we got to the ground. It was still had the sense of occasion, but until we were, out there for the anthems and the first ball was when it's sort of the beans start to go. So, yeah, unfortunate that we haven't got Josh and Pat with us, but we still have, a fair bit of experience in the bowling attack. Obviously, Scott's been around for a while. Brendan being his first test, but he's 31. He's played a fair bit of domestic cricket and done quite well. So, and then you throw Nathan, who's 140 test matches. So, yeah, obviously the more experienced fast bowler, but full confidence in the bowling group.
Mitch, can you use the word fast forward in a strong game? Can you explain the reasons why today goes in fast forward? Like, is it tailoring bowling tactics, the way both tables kind of approach with that? Like, what kind of goes into it?
I think we often sit here and see last year was 17 wicket day. This year it's 19 wickets. We often sit here and say it's the wicket or it's the batting. But I think both teams bowled really well. We know how England want to take the game, the approach of being aggressive. That creates opportunities, and I thought we bowled quite well. Even in a period there where it felt like it was kind of helter-skelter, we still bowled them out for 170. So, yeah, I'm sure both teams would probably want to bat a little bit or change the way, perhaps, of their approach. But sometimes you can sit there and say there's pretty good bowling from both teams.
Flagged in the lead up to the series that they wanted to be relentless with the pace bowling that they could bring, and have guys that could keep hammering away at 140 plus. I mean, how did you view that, I guess, first encounter with that sort of attack?
Thankfully, when I was out there weren't too many at 150. So, yeah, they've obviously come with an approach of extra pace and a five-man seam attack today, with Stokes being probably I'm not going to use the word not slow, but relative to the other four, he took 5 wickets. So, yeah, obviously extra airspeed is going to create, some angst or some exciting stuff, but it's not the be-all and end-all.
Mitch, when did you first get wind that Usman was having some trouble seemingly with his back, and how did that play out from your perspective? Obviously, in the top order, but in terms of sort of the upheaval there.
I didn't know about it until the 9th wicket, when he still had maybe 10 minutes or so, because he spent time off the field. I think he had a back spasm there the second time he came off. So we got caught off guard a little bit with, obviously, the wickets falling pretty quickly, the back end there. It's just unfortunate that was the case. He'll manage that overnight and see how we're at tomorrow.
Sorry, do you know how it came about? Are there any inkling of that?
No idea.
Well, just, I guess, further on that's part of it. Can you give us a sense of what it's like when we saw all that happen with Usman, and it just felt, you talk about fast forward, but having to sort of stay calm, is it really hard to do when the match is just going at that pace and you suddenly find yourself walking out trying to save, build a partnership at the end of the day? And is your head spinning as much as ours?
Oh, yeah, it can happen sometimes. As I said, 2 pretty good bowling attacks. Credit to both attacks, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I thought we bowled pretty well. Obviously, there was a little bit of a partnership there, and we know how they're going to play the game. For us, they've hit us with some extra airspeed, and I thought they bowled pretty nicely. So I think it's just one of those days where you get 2 attacks that are on the money for the whole day, and we sit here with 19 wickets down. It's 2 innings of cricket. There's a long time left in this series and this game.
Yeah, but is there at any point that someone says we just got to calm things down a bit?
I think we're a pretty calm group. It's not the first time that we've been in field for a long time before, and things haven't gone our way, and we're pretty calm off the field. Sometimes you lose clumps of wickets. You do the same. You're pretty calm, and we'll sit back, and no doubt the brains trust will have a chat, and we'll come tomorrow with the same approach of being pretty calm and pretty level. What are we, 50 odd behind? So there's still a long time left in this game.
We got 3 or 4. We'll finish off with those that have been over here, then there, then there.
Mitchell, what was the atmosphere like, I suppose, at the change of innings? Like, was there a lot of uncertainty about whether Usman could bat, and did that make it more difficult, do you feel, for Jake on debut?
I don't know. I got stuck with Fox out on the ground, so by the time I came in, Marnus and Jake were walking out. Sorry.
Mitch, could you tell us about your head-to-head with Harry Brook, and what it's like calling to someone who's looking to counter-attack, and the way you did that?
Yeah, he obviously played that counter-attacking role, and whether he tries to premeditate certain shots there where he walks at bowlers or just tries to clear that infield and take the game on. We've seen it happen before, not just against us. So, you may see some different fields as the series progresses. That's clearly his role when you take early wickets. He's coming out to try and put the pressure back on you. So, I think we had some decent plans to him today. They might tinker with those as the series goes on. I still thought it was quite a really good effort from the group to bowl England out for 170.
Mitch, what did you make of Brendan's first go at it today?
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. As I said the other day, I was on tour with Brendan that first time in 2018. So, yes, he's obviously since that tour, he's made that move to South Australia. He sort of led that attack and helped them to a shield last year, and it's thoroughly deserved his opportunity today. He certainly bowled a better first over in Test cricket than I did back in the day. So, thrilled for him to get his bag of green, to take a few wickets. Fantastic start for him.
Mitch, you've developed a sort of, what you call it, the 3/4 seam ball or the angled seam ball, and had great success with it today, bowled some cracking deliveries. Can you talk a little bit about how you use that out here on this surface? And then second part, backing up after a short batting innings, you guys had to deal with that last year, and when the air goes out of the ball here, it can become a little bit easier. What lessons do you learn tomorrow? How do you implement?
Hopefully pick a better ball, because that was a bit like a hockey puck. So it was out of shape pretty early. So I don't think it was going to swing at all. It didn't really stay on axis. So those wobbles seem to be the one to work for most guys through the day. I've said it before, but two of my best mates are two of the best exponents of it in the world. So to learn off Josh and Pat, I think I said it a while ago, but if I'd listened to those two a bit earlier, I might have had it in the repertoire a little bit earlier. But it's. I think we saw both teams bowl that variation of that delivery well throughout the day. There was probably more seam movement than swing throughout the day. So whether that's the trend moving forward in this fixture with the wicket, whether the cracks come into play, there's obviously a nice covering of grass that the seam can sometimes grip into that grass. So you'll get, well, not with that outfield, but you get some value for shots. But yeah, I think a really good day for both bowling groups.
And the lessons on the short turnaround from last year?
Sorry, yep. It is what it is. Sometimes you're faced with that. I've played long enough to have trained the body to need to do that if I have to. Obviously, you always like to sit back and watch your team bat. Sometimes you have short turnarounds. There'll be other days where we're in the field for a long time, and it's just the nature of Test cricket and a tough day's work for both batting groups.